A time to step back into a relationship and a time not to. Before you jump back in. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. You know, I got to thinking about relationships, and sometimes we exit a relationship, sometimes we leave a relationship, sometimes we leave it abruptly, sometimes we leave it slowly, gradually over time, but we leave it, we've left it, and then we decide to jump back in. Now, do I think it's okay to jump back into a relationship that we left? Yes, sometimes I think it's okay. Sometimes it's even good. Sometimes if we've left a relationship that we shouldn't have left, absolutely. And sometimes if we've left a relationship because we needed to see change take place and that change took place, absolutely. And yet there's times not to enter back into a relationship as well. Some relationships have fully run their course. Some relationships we're not meant to be in. And some relationships we're not ready to go back into because the person hasn't changed. You know, I got to thinking today about social media. And I have many channels and many pages that I'm on, and most I love, love, love. And there happens to be a couple that are kind of a very bickering channel, or bickering channels, I might say, full of kind of pandemonium, chaos, and a lot of negativity. Not always. I mean, sometimes they have some good stuff going on there too. But to a degree, there's a lot of negativity going on these couple different channels that I've been on. And I usually try to put my positive spin and positive words and talk about bacon pizzas and stuff like that, but that's usually not what they want to hear. So for a few reasons, I decided to kind of back up. And I'm still friends with all these people and everything like that because actually I like them. I really do. I think underneath it, these people are pretty nice people if you could get deep enough into past all the superficial stuff. But I backed off, and I haven't gone back to their live streams or their video recordings or anything like that because, well, I just didn't feel like it was the right time. I didn't see change. I didn't want to become part of that chaos, part of that pandemonium, part of the fallout from all of that. And so I backed up. And then someone mentioned to me the other day about going back in. And I thought, well, maybe I really like, especially this one person I really like a lot. I think, this person's a really nice person underneath, but the channel is so full of all this chaos. So I thought about it. And then I saw this posting, and it was just filled with all kinds of, in my opinion, of course it's my opinion, negativity and bickering and nastiness, and I kind of stepped back and I got to thinking, wow, I'm so glad I didn't go back in, at least not yet. At least not yet. Could I go back in, put my spin out there of all the nice, my positive spin? Sure, I could. But sometimes that's not even appropriate. Sometimes it's not wanted. And so I'm trying to use this as an example in our in-person relationships as well. Sometimes a relationship is not ready for us to step back into. Sometimes that other person has not changed enough. Or perhaps sometimes we haven't changed enough. Sometimes there needs to be time, a space in there before we step back in. Sometimes we should never step back in. Sometimes we shouldn't have left in the first place. Maybe we misread a person's intentions. Maybe we misread what was really going on. And maybe we jumped to conclusions. And maybe we should have said, absolutely, I should be back in there. So it just depends. It just depends. So for me, before I step back, usually if I leave a relationship or step away from one, there's good reason. And so if I've stepped away, and some I will never go back into, but some I will. But it has to be the right time. There has to be the positive change that has taken place that's needed. And if someone's been rude to me and they haven't learned to be nice to me again, I'm not going to step back in. But if they've apologized sincerely and said they're sorry and they're going to make permanent change, most likely I'll step back in. Okay, if I think that they're really going to make that change. Now, if they go back in and they haven't made the change and it happens over again, and then I'll step back out, and it'll be a long time before I go back. So, so I think that there's a time to step back into a relationship, and there's a time not to. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.